go like that. Okay, so are you at the end of your hike today?
Am I enjoying it?
Are you at the end of your hike?
Well, I guess whatever we decide to do,
Where are you now?
we're kind of at we're not quite to the bluff, but we're right at this thin, about 30 foot high, maybe 40 feet.
Are you out of breath?
Well, I was.
What's the thing in your life you regret the most?
I don't know. I don't think I'd have made it in advertising, but I think I could do better than a lot of these advertisers. That's what I was going into it when I went to Pacific.
Why'd you quit?
Well, one of the reasons was everybody every night had to get drunk, and I got tired of that. Had to party. And I could party with the best of them, but I decided I didn't want that kind of a life.
It was the same in the fisheries, though.
What?
It was the same in the fisheries industry as well.
No, it wasn't that bad. You'd maybe have a fisheries conference once a year, and the people that wanted to drink after the conference would go drink, but the ones that didn't would go do something else.
You think there was any industry that didn't have the drinking involved?
I don't know, I suppose.
What?
Huh?
What might it have been?
Well, I don't.
You didn't have to drink, though. You could have been an advertising executive and not drank.
Maybe. I don't know.
And you would have convinced people to buy things they didn't want. How would you have felt about that?
Yeah, that's one thing about advertising that I wouldn't fit in very good. You have to believe in what you're selling. And most of the stuff I don't believe in.
What do you believe in?
I believe in death and taxes.
Well, those are inevitables. What do you believe in?
Well, I believe there's a God. I don't know whether all this stuff that we're taught is right, but there has to be something, I think.
What else?
What else what?
Do you believe in?
Well, I sure don't believe politicians.
Do you believe in the goodness of humanity? Or are they essentially destined to self-destruct?
Humanity is deceitful and desperately wicked, and who can know it? Most people, or let's say a large percentage of people, are interested only in themselves and what they can get.
Who do you know that isn't?
Who do I know that isn't?
Uh-huh.
have to think about that.
Billy Graham?
Well, Billy Graham's a good man, but he wants your money. But he has to have the money to run his operation, so
Larry Waters?
he's turned out to be a good young man.
You didn't expect it?
Well, I just never give it much thought.
He could be your son-in-law.
Huh?
He could be your son-in-law.
Could have been. That'd been all right. Of course, who he married would probably send him over the brink.
That's a terrible thing to say about your daughter.
Huh?
That's a terrible thing to say about your daughter. What is there? Is there one thing that nobody in the world knows about you?
I suppose I can't think of anything.
Did you ever steal anything?
Yes.
What?
Well, one time, some boys, whenever I was in high school in Cathlamet, we decided to skip school and hitchhike to Seaside. We crossed the ferry at off of Puget Island and got over in Oregon. And in one store we went into, I stole a package of Limburger cheese. And all the guys hated me for it, but it was sure good.
Did you get caught?
No,
Did you ever do drugs?
never did. Never had a desire.
Tell us a secret.
Tell us a secret? Well, there's one thing. If you remove the rocks from the stream, it loses its song.
That is not a secret.
Well, I guess that's about all that you can drag out of me.
Oh no. If there's one thing that, if this were the last tape that you ever made, what would you want to say on it?
I would want to say that when I'm gone, you kids don't mourn. You did all you could. You're good kids. I enjoyed being your dad.
So what should we do?
Well, I guess you have to take care of the necessary things. Sorry, that's the way it is.
You want to be cremated?
I don't want any of that, but me and your mother decided that since we had to cremate Lance, we would be cremated.
What should we do with the ashes?
Put him out there in Matlock, in the grove.
What should we do at your memorial service? What would you like?
Well, I guess you can just get together and and say farewell and look after each other and don't fight over what's left.
Do you have anybody specifically that you want to speak at your memorial service?
I don't know whether I need anybody to speak, but if there was anybody, Richard Carey, because your mother really liked him.
Really?
Yes, she worked with him, and he was a big help for her. They worked together good.
He wasn't very nice to her when she was sick.
Well, what could he do?
Come visit.
He came twice. I don't know what to expect.
You didn't expect more?
Well, I expected more from the people of the church. The people that did come and see her were from the other church. Only one, that is whenever we took her to Olympia and things were going bad, was Sarah and Gib Hadia. They came to see her, and that was it.
Doesn't say much for him, does it?
Well, everybody has their life, and they evidently didn't want to make the trip. Well, I wish it hadn't ended up like this, but you don't have nothing to say about it. Did the best we could. Well, are we ready to go back, or you want to go farther, or what?
What would you like to do?
I think we better head back. It's 4.
Okay,
It'll be 6 by the time we get out.
let's go.
Well, you lead the way.
You can lead this time.
I'm too slow. Adios.